It's not easy to admit that we need help, is it? Hi, I'm Gretel. I started a blog from thelostandfound.com. If you go and check it out, you'll see that it's been months, maybe even longer than months, since I wrote on it. Lately, I have been actually video blogging. Since June, every day I've been making a video a day. I started following prompts that were given to me by a speaking and writing community, and this month I have been challenging myself to every day find ways to take care of myself. Simple, short-timed ways that I can make sure that I'm getting what I need so that I can help take care of the ones that I care about. And today I was surprised and so blessed by a friend from church who came up to me and just quietly said, "I have something for you." And she gave me this beautiful basket full of all the ingredients that I would need to make a crock-pot veggie lentil soup. I've got organic kale, organic veggie broth. She chopped up the carrots and celery. She threw in some potatoes, the lentils already portioned out, my onion, and my diced tomatoes, and the recipe, and a beautiful card. And part of what she said to me was just that in watching these posts, these videos, she just could see that I'm tired, and it's heartbreaking to watch the stress that I've been under. And she wanted to help. She wanted to give me a night off from cooking. And I was so moved by her kindness, and it was appropriate. I actually chose to wear a dress that she had in her closet for years, and she said that she wanted someone to get use out of it, and she thought of me. And I wore it today, and then she did this for me. What a kind and generous and loving heart to see someone else and just respond and want to ease their burden. Thank you, Connie. Thank you so much. That was a beautiful way that you blessed me, and God took care of me today through you. Because, oh friends, isn't it, if you are in this stage of your life, or if you're just going through a hard time, there is such a gift in receiving a meal, in that freedom of time. I cannot tell you how many times I want to just say, "Can we go to a restaurant for dinner?" Because the thought of having to cook, the thought of having to think of what to cook and if everybody will like it, and all the different intolerances we have in our family to soy and dairy and eggs and gluten. Everybody has something different, so it gets really challenging to figure out what I can make for everybody that's going to work for everybody. And so just to have the gift of something ready-made that I can just throw together and know that dinner's done, that in itself is amazing. But you know, I was thinking so much more about receiving help, receiving those gifts. The only reason that she knew that I was in need of this was that I had been really open about my struggles. And it's been something I have been struggling with internally, even as I churn out these videos day by day. And it's been really awesome to do so. There has also been this voice inside me that has been like, "What are you doing? Who wants to hear from you every day, especially about your struggles?" It takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable. And then I start to question myself and think, did I say too much? Should I be saying these things? This isn't just my life, this is my family's, you know? So there's those boundaries around our privacy and around our private life. But part of why I'm so compelled to keep going is that growing up in a church, one of the things I really had a hard time with was when people would give one side of themselves in social settings, in their church world, or in their professional setting, and then at home you would find out later they were a completely different person. There were things going on that nobody had any idea, and it shredded apart that image that they had put out for the world. And I don't want to be that person. I want to be real. I want to be honest about my struggles. I think that the Bible gives us a lot of room for that. You know, Paul talks about how in our weakness, that's where we find our strength. It doesn't mean that I glory in these weaknesses. I cannot wait until I am free of my human weaknesses and failures, but in them I am so dependent on God for my strength. I I can tell you honestly that I would not still be married. I would not maybe even still be alive. There have been times where in my hopelessness I thought it would be easier to just not have the struggle and the pain of life. But love keeps us together. Love has kept us always coming back together, my husband and I, and there's such an amazing joy in having gone through struggles together and stayed and stayed true to that promise to each other, and there's a deepness to your relationship that you get to experience on the other side of those struggles. And life has meaning and it has hope for me. I hold on to the hope of everything God has promised. So even in its hardest and darkest times, I am not giving up because I know that there is better to come. And so when I share these little thoughts from my day-to-day life and the struggles that I have, I'm wanting you to see that if you've ever seen that side of me that I put out there for the world and made assumptions on how my life must be at home, I just want you to know, no, I am so very real and so very human. And there is so much that I struggle with. And I hope that in doing that, I give you permission to be real too. I think that when we do that, when we don't have shame, we don't have fear of what people will think, when we can just be very honest about where we are and how God is the one sustaining us through it, it gives people permission to open up their hearts to us too. And in doing so, people then see ways that they can help me and they can bless me. And there is something in that can be hard to accept. I'm watching my husband, who is so capable and so independent usually and is always the one helping other people. And now he's having to depend on others and depend on me in ways that he never had to before. And there's a part of that that's hard to admit, that we're in a place where we need others. So today I hope that wherever you are, whether you're on that end of being the one who is blessing someone's life, look at something as easy as just filling up a basket with a recipe and the ingredients for a meal. That's such an awesome thing. It can mean so much to somebody. And if you're on the other side like me saying, oh man, I just put out there that I am a frazzled mom who's trying to keep it all together, and somebody noticed, and I love that she did, but I'm really a frazzled mom and I'm not hiding it. That can be kind of hard until your pride gets out of the way. So thank you, Connie, for blessing me, and I hope that we can all be real and accept the help that we need when we need it. God bless. I'll talk to you again soon.